This is the future of mobility in LEGO Fortnite. It's fairly easy to build, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps, plus some tips if you have any trouble along the way. I was inspired by a jetpack I saw Light build on YouTube. You should definitely check out his channel for a lot of great LEGO Fortnite content. You can customize your jetpack in a lot of ways, and I'll go over some fun ways we've been modifying ours. It flies straight up, so it's easy to avoid trees and hills nearby. It's fairly sturdy, with the lights being about the only thing that will break off easily, and they're easy to pop back on. It jets forward with a large thruster, and it spins one direction, but that will still let you face any direction you need to go. Then hit the forward thruster again. It can also safely land on water, but be careful about jumping out because it can be tricky to get back in from the water. So let's get this build started. Here are the materials you will need to build a replica of my jetpack. There are variations with storage and a passenger seat you can do along the way, but those won't change these parts very much. If at any point you place a part in the wrong place, just carefully remove it. You can use the pickaxe, but if you accidentally hit the vehicle base, you'll wreck the whole build and have to start over. Using your fist to punch parts takes a few more hits and will break most parts, and will also give you a chance to see if you're hitting the wrong part so you can adjust your aim with that white dot at the center of your screen. Place a large car jack in an area where you'll have room to work around it. These were collapsing randomly before, but I've built a few of these jetpacks and haven't had any issues. Add a vehicle base 7 to it. Use snap mode and then nudge it backwards 2 notches. Place a platform bumper 1 centered on the back of the vehicle base using snap mode. I built stairs as needed so I can double check the alignment of parts and also jump on the build. I placed 2 thin floorboards across to hold my thrusters and cabinets. You can use any 12x2x1 board, or even go wider if you prefer. It just depends on your color preference, and some people feel the frost pine options will be more rugged, but I've crashed a few times and haven't had the wood or granite flooring break. Place them centered on the platform bumpers side by side. On top of those boards, place a stack of 4 platform bumper 1s, back to back as a stack of 2, like shown. Drop back down and place a left fender and right fender under the back edge center as shown. These are the legs of your jetpack, and you could experiment with other suspension parts, but I like the look of these. Place a small simple wheel on the bottom of each fender outer edge. I like to place mine at the inside notch, but you can place them to the outside notch if you prefer a wider stance look. Place 2 more small simple wheels on the back just above the yellow of the fender. This can be tricky, but try to find the spot on the floorboard where it turns green, then use the nudge to get them into place. The bottom wheels will help you float if you land on the water. The back wheels serve no real purpose other than a bumper, and also as weight to help balance the jetpack. You could experiment with other build parts here. Place a small driver's seat at the front of the vehicle base. The size of the driver's seat doesn't affect how it operates, but you would need to extend your vehicle base to use the larger ones, or let it hang off the edge. Next, you want to place cabinets on each side of the floorboards. And there are several you can choose from in the free tables and storage sections, plus a few from the build kits that you can purchase. It's a question of form versus function here. You can place a regular cabinet like the traditional countertop that holds 6 items, or you can place 2 of the simple trunks that have 6 slots each and 2 fit in the same space, so you can have 4 total instead of 2. With a grand chest and 4 simple trunks, you'd have 48 slots total of storage on this little jetpack of yours. There doesn't seem to be a huge difference in weight between any option that fits on that space, so go with what makes you happy. I went with the traditional countertop. Place a chest at the top center. I went with the grand chest for maximum storage, but you can use a basic chest or any other chest between them. Place a large thruster centered above the 2 wheels on the back. Select the small thruster and place one centered on the bottom exposed part of the floorboard on each side. Then place a thruster below the driver's seat facing sideways and put it right up against the down thruster. Go to the other side and find the same spot, but nudge this one forward once and place it. With 1 thruster for turning, you will spin quickly, but with these 2 fighting against each other, you will turn a lot slower so you can aim your direction better. Place the balloons on top of the cabinets close to the chest so you will have room for lights next to them. Try to make sure they're perfectly symmetrical because any imbalance can make your jetpack difficult to fly. Place an angled light bar along the flooring plank to the left and right of the driver's seat, but make sure they're at least one extra notch away or you may have trouble sitting in the driver's seat. If you aim to place these next to the driver's seat on the same platform, it can be a lot easier. Place angled light bars next to the balloons. These can be facing forward or sideways based on your preference. Lights are great for seeing at night and for finding your jetpack more easily, and you can experiment with different lights to see what works best for you. It's time to bring your jetpack down for the finishing touches. Select your wrench, which you can craft on the crafting bench if you don't already have one. Adjust the large back thruster so that channel 1 is on and 2 and 3 are off. Adjust both side thrusters so that only 2 is on. The down thrusters default to only channel 3 being on, and that's how we want to leave them. You're ready to fly, but there are some optional modifications to consider. I added a small step in the front to make it easier to get into my driver's seat. Just attach a square flooring piece to the bottom of the front. You can also add a passenger seat here, and it still works great as a step getting to your driver's seat. Any chair will work, but I like how the yellow ancient seat matched the colors and style. Jump into the seat and check out this quick little jetpack flight school. Up is easy, just press your 3 thruster. It will fire for 10 seconds and then stop automatically, or you can press it again at any time to turn it off. The controls work best when you use one set of thrusters at a time. Press the 1 thruster to go forward. You shouldn't lose much altitude, but you can also use the up thruster if you need to gain altitude to clear terrain below. The 2 thruster will make you turn. If you're already going forward, you'll often spin quickly, but if you turn off all the thrusters, you should turn slowly for more precise direction choices. When landing, use small thrust by hitting the 1, 2, and 3 buttons on and then off again quickly. It's a good idea to find a big open field and practice your landings, so when you're in tricky areas in the wild, you'll have better aim for a safe spot. One challenge you might have is finding your jetpack after you've parked it. I will sometimes put a few fire pits next to it so I'm at least able to find it eventually. Cave exploring can also be a challenge when you end up at a different exit and then have to go find the original cave where you parked your vehicle. Hopefully LEGO will soon collab with Apple to bring air tags to LEGO Fortnite. I found this jetpack to be fairly rugged when I bump into terrain, but this exploding scorpion my follower decided needed to die just destroyed it. I had to break all the pieces down and build it again. Next time I'll park on a cliff and use my grappler to get back to it, but it's difficult to avoid all hazards. Practice building several of these and eventually you'll be able to do it from memory and customize it in different ways to make it yours. Plus you'll then have a little fleet of them to share with friends. If your jetpack seems to be glitching or floating more than usual or not rendering properly, try going to lobby and coming back in, or enter and exit a cave. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments which modifications you went with, and hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more fun content about LEGO Fortnite. Thank you!